So I think the phrase unassailable constitutional fortress should be used more. So that is, of course, what you would need in a defence sense, because the first point of defence is Parliament. So unless you've got a sovereign arrangement, of course, nothing else actually then applies, because you have no effective internal border security. So you would do, again, new Home Office from Birmingham, and that's turned sort of a processing centre in effect. The problem I've worked out is, before the old man died, you could never just be overt. So you can't say, well, I mean, it's very obvious now, but we're both monkeys, and I just want to sort of kill people and do what monkeys do. And that, of course, was the appeal of the law. You sort of kill people as a criminal offence, except in reverse. I mean, you stop illegitimate state authority from ruining people's lives, and as such, it's kind of like exercising your aggression in that sense. You go to the corrupt policeman and tear their face off in court, and the inferences don't work. The guy gets on, so you can be extraordinarily aggressive and just say, sorry, I don't care. Because the way he raised me, I'm sure his former business partners know I'd want to go into a prosecutorial role, but I'm sure they know it's just a case of time and energy. If I had the time and energy, of course, because of the executive function thing, you want to offload your cognition to Grok. So Grok, you should say to Grok, okay, well, here's financial records, please do budget, please sort out probate, please talk to a doctor, please do X, Y, Z, get all the cognition for that stuff handed off, and I can just be seamless in terms of thinking, in terms of how to secure the city, in conjunction with the defence policy experts, and trying to fathom out how to proceed. But at the moment, it is just a logical statement that because of the breakdown in policing, you just can't do it. So if someone comes and approaches me and says, okay, I'll buy your house, well, okay, fine, but how do I fairly and honestly trade with them? So I've got to explain the current position, the lack of security, the stabbing, the lack of police, what's been going on in the local authority, the comments by the mayor, the lack of security, who I am, the current investments into certain types of security, various forms, plans for the future which involve not being in Birmingham and being in Edinburgh or the west coast of Scotland, and that kind of affair, while things sort of break down in a sort of civil war sense. It's again, the point should be made that it is a Chinese curse, and John Cotton was paid by Chinese money to live in interesting times, and we clearly do at the moment. But when you're going down to a jovial afternoon and can discuss serious defence matters in a jovial manner with jovial people, as soon as it becomes less jovial, well, at least you can be pretty confident that we can snap back and actually get things moving. As my colleague by the castle commented, we are an extraordinarily violent set of people. The history of the English is setting people on fire, witch burning, grisly murders, all kind of executions, tearing people apart, torture, all this kind of lovely stuff. Because when it comes down to it, we are the best counter-revolutionaries in the world, because this is our island. And if you think about defence for a second, it's really, really easy. Think about guerrilla war in a place like this. That kind of sound is really friendly to someone like me. It signals it's a safe place. People aren't going to cause any problems, and if they do, the British Army will crush it very, very quickly in a sort of Warhammer or Nottingham-like sense, if you like, because we've got actual sensible people up here. But the state of Birmingham, if you think about the transposed problems and the way the patronage networks run, it's just a factory of death, spitting out orcs who are coming here ultimately to claim it. If this is not a true statement, John Cotton can contradict me, but given that we've been doing counter-ops from his court service for 6 years, nobody cares what these people think anymore, and if the commissioners can't, with their lack of powers, come and speak to us anyway, then nobody's going to take Max Corner seriously. And if he doesn't want to come to Scotland, why should he get to retire in peace when many of my colleagues won't, and being dumped off as well, I'm sure, this evening. So until there's some kind of intermediary between here and sitting casually listening to this kind of stuff, you can assume that any trade, dealing or honest deal you have in the city of Birmingham is by de facto void because there is no honest person left.